What makes a woman see you as just a friend? Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about why a woman may just see you as a friend. So the first point I want to make is there is zero romantic energy. So what is romantic energy? The best way that you can kind of think of this is if you've actually observed it. So I don't know if you've ever had an experience where you've been at school or you've been at work and you notice two people flirting with each other and everybody knows that something's going to happen between them two. Everybody knows something romantic is going to happen and them two end up in a relationship or they start dating each other. They may not last, but they do end up dating each other or they end up in a relationship or something is happening behind the scenes and everybody kind of knows about it. And it's because they exude that energy around each other. Because at the beginning of a relationship, before a relationship has even happened, it starts off as a subtle flirtation. Those two people are attracted to each other. They kind of play with each other, kind of flirt with each other. Because as human beings, we are playful creatures. You know, as children we play, and as adults we kind of play as well, just in a different way. So one of the ways that adults play is by using flirtation with the people that they are romantically interested in and are attracted to. And you can kind of see it when people are around each other that like each other a lot. You know, they kind of flirt with each other, they play games with each other, they kind of tease and push each other a little bit, you know, they touch each other in a playful way. I mean, you kind of just see it and you can sense it coming from them, basically. They just have this romantic energy about them. And this is how like relationships start to form. So it starts off with like a subtle flirtation. People go out on dates with each other, they meet up with each other, and then after a few weeks, like about 2 months, that's when the romantic side starts to come into play. And they end up in a relationship and then they only want to be with each other because they're fallen in love. But it starts off with that play. It starts off with that subtle flirtation. And this might be one of the reasons why a woman will put someone in friend zone, because they simply don't have that flirtatious energy with them. They simply don't have that romantic connection with them. So there has to be romantic energy. She has to feel that romantic energy. And if she doesn't, if she just feels like you're just a friend or something, then that's why she's going to put you in friend zone, because she isn't attracted to you in that way. She isn't feeling that energy off of you. You don't have that connection. You don't have that chemistry. And this is where I see a lot of people go wrong. You know, not just with like guys who want to be with a woman and then that woman puts them in friend zone, but also, you know, some women have done this. I've known some women to do this who get a crush on a guy, and it also happens in lesbian and gay relationships as well. So basically what happens is one person is basically fallen in love and then they start giving off that romantic energy instead of the flirtatious energy. Because remember, the romantic energy comes later on. It comes down a few months down the line when you've dated and courted each other. Not straight away. What happens first is the flirtatious energy, the playing energy, the toying with each other energy. That's what happens first, and then it's the romantic energy. But some people go straight for the romance. They start saying, will you be my girlfriend? Or I want to be in a relationship with you. Or they send them a love letter or a long message on Facebook declaring their love. They go straight from 0 to 100 instead of letting the romance evolve, letting that romantic energy be there at the appropriate time. And they basically skip the flirtation and go straight into love and romance, which isn't the right way to do things. It has to be play to begin with. There has to be that romantic energy. If you're enjoying this video, then please leave a like on it and please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if there's something you'd like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave it down in the comments. Or if you have any tips and advice yourself, thank you so much. So the next thing I want to talk about is attraction isn't a choice. And this is something that I've discussed quite a lot before. And it's a famous quote by David D'Angelo, who is another dating coach. And basically what that means is, basically it's not her fault if she isn't attracted to you, just like it's not your fault that you're attracted to her, because our attraction is something that happens inside of us. It's not something that we can really help. So when you see someone, you might be really turned off by them, or you might be really attracted to them. It's something that you can't really determine. It's something that kind of happens naturally. You just see someone and you think that they're really attractive. And it's not your fault, basically, if you are really, really attracted to someone. But it's also not her fault or not your fault if you're not attracted to someone. Because obviously, you've probably never fallen in love with every single woman that you've seen. You've probably never felt attracted to every single woman that you've seen. And just like her, she's not attracted to every guy she sees or woman, depending on her sexuality. She's not attracted to everybody that she meets. It's not her fault. This is something that is naturally built inside of us that we can't really help. So she can't really help the fact that she doesn't feel that way towards you. And that's something that's really important to understand, because if she doesn't feel that way towards you, then it's very unlikely that she will ever feel that way towards you. And that's something you kind of need to let go of. You need to let go of the fact that if this girl's not attracted to you, if this woman is not feeling that way about you, then there's not really a lot that you can do. And you basically just need to come to terms with the fact that this girl just isn't interested. I highly recommend that you go and watch this video on "This increases attraction instantly." So obviously, if this is something that's happened to you recently and a woman has put you in friend zone, the best thing for you to do really is to just focus on other women who are romantically interested in you. Now, it might be the case that you don't have any women in your life right now that are romantically interested in you. And if that's the case, then, you need to download some dating apps for yourself, start going to more events there where you can meet women, especially those places that you enjoy going to, because obviously you want to meet someone who's like-minded. You want to obviously meet someone who you get along with really well. So it's best to go to places that you enjoy going to, and like events or something. Like, it might be events that you're interested in. So perhaps you're like a musician and you really love music, so probably one of the best places where you can go to is some kind of like music convention, or a place where like musicians get together. Or if you are really into like video games and comics, and obviously you might want to go to some kind of like comic video game convention, something like that, so you can meet like-minded people, because it's going to be a lot easier for you to create connections with people who already have similar interests that you do. And also get yourself, like I said, a few dating apps as well, so you can start meeting new available people in your area, new available women in your area, because and the reason I say get a few, so let's say about 3, I think 3 is probably the best, is because usually most people download just one dating app. They don't usually download a few dating apps. So if you want to get the best possible chance of finding lots and lots of girls in your area, it's best to get about 3 different dating apps, because a lot of people only use one dating app. So if you have 3, then you are potentially meeting a lot more women and connecting with a lot more women in your area. And the reason why I think it's really important to focus on other women who are romantically interested in you, as opposed to focusing on the ones that don't like you in that way, who are not romantically interested in you, is because it's going to be a lot of hard work. I mean, there is a chance that you could re-attract a woman who isn't interested in you in that way, or was interested in you but no longer is. But wouldn't it be much more enjoyable for you if you met a woman who you connected with instantly, who you had that like flirtation with straight away, as opposed to, working really, really hard to get someone who's not interested in you more interested in you? It's much more easy, make life easier for yourself, and only go for those women who are romantically interested in you. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be with someone who you don't find attractive, because let's say, for example, you're someone who finds that whoever you're attracted to isn't interested in you, and everyone that you're not attracted to is interested in you, which is an experience that I definitely went through. So you don't have to be with someone who you're not attracted to. You can find someone who you find attractive and who finds you attractive as well. You want to go and find those connections. I'm not saying just settle down with the first woman who finds you interesting, who is interested in you in that way. I'm not saying that at all. You can, and it's absolutely possible for you to find a woman who you think is really attractive and they also feel that same way about you, because that's the best kind of connection you're ever going to get. That's the best kind of experience that you're ever going to experience, when you're totally into someone and that person is totally into you as well. Those are always the best romantic, effortless experiences ever. And those are the people that you should be trying to find. Those are the women that you should be searching up and trying to have that connection with, trying to find, and only value those connections. Like, if you meet a girl that you think is attractive but they're not into you, let it go. Always let it go. Who knows, they might be more attracted to you in the future. There might be something that happens, but most of the time you need to let go of those women and focus on those ones that are going to make things easy for you, who are already attracted to you. If you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.